All right, I can't believe I'm talking about this, but I'm going to be addressing something that's a little bit more serious today that I've noticed on the internet. And I know that my community knows how I feel about stuff like this. So we're going to talk about the recent disguised toast drama. Now, if you guys don't know who he is, he's a YouTuber slash streamer who's being canceled now as we speak for things he's done in the past. He told some, pretty edgy jokes a few years ago, and there's old, footage of him, I guess, partaking in edgy humor, whether it be like really racy jokes or just things that really, kind of poke at people nowadays and stuff like that. And people are trying to get everyone to stop watching his videos and whatever. Now, as far as I've seen him recently, he's a very genuine guy. He makes, like, obviously advertiser friendly content, and he doesn't seem like a bad person at all, honestly. But what I find very disturbing is the way the internet is moving nowadays, right? Like, you can find some old messed up tweets from me or some really horrible stuff I've said in the past. I'm pretty sure you can find something like that on the internet somehow, some way, and I don't apologize for it. And no one should be apologizing for this. A few things that irritated me, right? One thing, obviously, like, he decided to apologize and stuff like that. He released an entire document detailing a bunch of things that have gone on, like, in the past, and explaining that the internet was a different time back in the day. And for me personally, no explanation is going to be good enough for the public. The public is at a point right now where there are random witch hunt parties. People will try to shut down and cancel anybody or anything they can get their hands on, and it's absolutely sickening. It's this movement, cancel culture, obviously, right? Where they try, and it contradicts itself, right? You cancel someone for behaviors or actions that they're currently doing or that they've done in the past that are really bad, right? And the idea is to hope that they stop that behavior and do something more positive, right, in the future. But where cancel culture is toxic is it continuously cancels that person even if they do change their behavior. For instance, there is another streamer slash YouTuber, Ice Poseidon. He got banned off of Twitch. He did IRL streaming. He still does IRL streaming and whatnot. But he did some very racy things. He would tell some very edgy jokes, things that were definitely on the side of bannable offenses when you look at YouTube's community guidelines. And the public wasn't really cool with what he was doing. I mean, they wouldn't be cool with what he's doing now based on, where society is and everything. But the era back in the day, as far as 2016 and back, right? The type of humor that was considered hilarious was entirely different now. I mean, everything now is super advertiser friendly and child friendly for the most part. So if anything on even teetering on the edge of edgy pops up, people get offended, and it's absolutely ridiculous. And I know that this is just a regular rant video. People might be stumbling on this video, however they're stumbling up on this video. But I'm here to say, hey, listen, if you are a big creator and you happen to watch this, if this is in your recommended feed, just listen to me really quick. Don't apologize. Do not apologize. Actions speak louder than words. I can say that I'm going to change a million things about myself, and if I continue doing the same thing, then what does that show? Absolutely nothing. The internet is constantly changing. The things that I'm saying right now on this platform could be used against me years and years and years from now. That's what we all sign up for when we decide to become, content creators or people that have a following of some sort. That's just how it is, okay? And the thing is, the only thing that matters is improving, learning, and correcting whatever mistakes you've made in the past. If I say something really messed up, then I can apologize in the moment and move on. Or I don't have to apologize. I just have to self-identify that, man, that was messed up. I shouldn't say that again. And then don't say it again. Simple as that. But this whole forcing people to apologize and then canceling them after the apology, I'm not with that at all. I'm pretty sure no one is. It's getting really annoying. And the source of all this is coming from Twitter, of all places. It's not going to get fixed. It's actually going to get worse as time goes on. Quarantine has been a absolute disaster. We have more people behind their keyboards than ever right now. And people are relentless and very hypocritical, because the same people that are going out on witch hunts and canceling anybody that they see that is making mistakes or has made mistakes in their past, they're doing the same thing, if even worse. Like, a lot of people are doing things that are far worse, and they're trying to hold other people accountable. So we're living in very ironic times, and I just wanted to get it off my chest. The disguised toast thing was just kind of a gateway to a bigger topic, which is cancel culture once again doing its stuff like on a massive level. The following that I have is predominantly based in Europe, and I'm making this video to anybody that happens to come across this video. But from what I've seen, at least out there, cancel culture isn't as potent as it is in America right now. I know cancel culture is a worldwide thing, but it is definitely really potent here. It is the most potent here. Maybe it's just because I see, huge witch hunts almost on a daily, and it's getting ridiculous. I mean, they're getting to a point where they started canceling. Let me say something with the Ice Poseidon situation, right? Ice Poseidon has changed. He's made his content more advertiser friendly and stuff like that. He's not doing what he did before. He's tried to rebrand himself, and people are still holding him to what he did initially on the platform, and it's messed up. In fact, I feel like that actually breeds more toxic creators when everyone looks at how the public is treating them. Listen, if I'm saying some really messed up stuff and doing some extremely messed up stuff, and people cancel me, and I'm like, okay, cool, that wasn't cool, my bad, I'm gonna change. I change and I start making positive content. Then people are like, oh no, you can't make positive content now. We know who you really are. You used to rep this stuff, so continue repping this stuff. And then you rep what you were repping before, and you still get canceled. It's like damned if you do or damned if you don't. It's those are the times that we're in right now. It's really messed up, and like I said, it's actually going to have an ironic effect and breed more toxic creators, because once they see that, they're like, you know what? I don't care anymore. I'm gonna just keep doing what I'm doing. No matter how spineless and toxic it is, I'm gonna do this anyways, because there's obviously no redemption. I'm not saying the internet is always gonna be in favor of creators and stuff like that, or people who are making content and having massive followings, but it's just ridiculous. Cancel culture is absolutely absurd. It's garbage. And the last little point I wanted to make, obviously, is like I said earlier, I brought up the whole Ice Poseidon thing, just to say, like, it's sad to see stuff like that go through. Like, and the point that I'm making now is pretty much the point I've been making this entire video, which is, like, I mean, bro, like, there's literally, like, with everybody that was associated with Ice Poseidon, right? Anybody that had ever taken a picture with Ice Poseidon, anybody that was in the nearby realm of Ice Poseidon, cancel culture got so bad that everyone tried to cancel people who even associated themselves with Ice Poseidon. They're like, oh, okay, well, he made toxic content in the past, so everybody that is associated with Ice Poseidon is bigoted, is super toxic, and they hold all of these incredibly pure evil values, right? Just guilty by association. And it's terrible, bruh. Like, listen, like I said, if anybody watches this, just know, if you do something messed up, you do not owe the world an apology. You do not owe the world an apology. What you do owe the world is to show them that you've changed. That's it. And if they can't accept that, who cares? Like, if you've done something messed up, just change your behavior. Simple. If you're doing something that you know is wrong, change your behavior. That's going to speak way more volumes than saying I apologize. How many YouTuber apologies have we all seen? We've seen every YouTuber apology under the sun, and not one of them was like, okay, well, I believe you. They've all gotten backlash. Even PewDiePie's apology, when he addressed him saying the N-word, he apologized, and while a lot of people accepted his apology, a lot of people criticized it. The media outlets were completely slandering him. They deemed him all kinds of just horrendous things. We all make mistakes. Seriously, we all make mistakes. And the fact that everyone nowadays thinks that the mistakes you make are irredeemable in itself is toxic, because you create a toxic society where people feel like, okay, well, I'll just continue being toxic. And you breed some incredibly powerful and toxic people, because mark my words, here's what's going to happen, right? Cancel culture is in its, I'd say it's entering its preteen years, okay? Cancel culture, it's been around for ages, but online, it's at its most toxic within the last like 4 years. It's building up steam. So I feel like it hasn't even hit its prime yet. What is going to happen is there's going to be so many people sick of being canceled for things they said 10 years ago. People who are sick of trying to make a change and for the better and getting backlash for things that they've done, like I said, 10, 20 years ago, 5 years ago. And they're going to give up on that, and they're going to actually start encouraging people to do whatever they're doing that is toxic. And the people who have been sitting in silence that are like, you know what, I actually support this toxic behavior, they're going to rise to the top. Not everybody, but you breed groups of people like that when cancel culture is like this. I understand what the purpose of cancel culture is, what the intent was from the beginning, but this is getting out of control. And I'm only one voice in like a pool of millions of people, and my points are all over the place. I don't script my videos. I'm just ranting at the camera, but it's absolutely insane, man. Like, we got to get over ourselves, yo. Like, yes, people mess up big time. They make huge mistakes, but you can redeem yourself from that. And the only true way you can redeem yourself is through your actions. If you can show the world that you're behaving differently on a consistent basis, that's good enough. You don't owe anyone an apology, because people are going to start dissecting it and pointing out what you've done wrong and da-da-da. And like I said, that's how you know we're in a pandemic. Everybody's releasing these long, 28-page thesis statements on why they're sorry and the receipts for this and the receipts for that. Come on, man. Like, just fix it and move on, yo. Like, it's getting ridiculous, man. People are being canceled for the dumbest things now. Like, it's like people ran out of things to cancel people for. I mean, yes, there are some people who are getting the negative attention that they deserve, but then it completely spirals out of control, and you essentially like just make the situation even worse for everybody. So I don't know, man. What do you guys think in the comments down below? I want to hear your thoughts and feelings. This is just a random rant video. I just finished watching a bunch of videos on disguised toast being slandered, and it's ridiculous, man. It's ridiculous. I've told my community this: if I ever get canceled, yo, I'm not gonna apologize, because it's not effective. I can have the silver tongue of the gods and tell you guys I'll never do it again and get you to believe it. But if I decide to do it again, then what? I mean, nothing's changed. I issued an apology that was convincing. That's about it. So actions speak louder than words. That's pretty much the end of this video. You let me know what you think. Take care. Peace.